The dude is like old. I just had to address the vibration of the vocal folds. Kia ora and welcome back. My name's Zoe Shtibi, your vocal coach for today. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Steven Tyler / and train with Dream On and the Howard Stern Show. I can't wait. Let's get to the video. I just want to tell you like a little teeny bit about my brand new online singing course that's coming out September 18th. It's the fundamentals of singing, and it is the 10 fundamental points of learning to sing or improving your beginner singer journey. Check out the link in the description below because I've got a free lesson for you. I'm super duper excited. A free lesson on tongue positions so that you can like check out the course, try before you buy, because I just want to say a big thank you so much. But let's have a look. I am obsessed with Steven Tyler and I love his voice. Love, 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 love. So let's have a look at Dream On.
Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Time that I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. Even when night like dust to dawn, isn't that the way? Everybody got the dues and I the pay. Come on! Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's everybody's sin. You got to lose to know how to win.
Steven Tyler. I love Aerosmith. I love Steven Tyler's voice. And I think that he is like, the dude is like old. And I know this is 2014 when it was recorded. So like I could have chosen a newer version, but whatever. I mean, he was old when this was recorded. He's still old, yeah. But he's an amazing singer. You do need to know, though, I'll chuck a link in the description below, that he has talked really quite openly about the amount of vocal surgeries that he has had. That is actually detailed in a Discovery Channel interview that he did to have a look at the human voice and everything like that. But you can see from this video here that, this is just a clip from the video, that the little pieces of skin that are kind of over top, those are called the false vocal folds. And you can see there that they're really pressing down on top of the true vocal folds. And that is how Steven Tyler creates this raspy sound that he's creating. Now, that's not incorrect. That's how we train it as well. But important to note, the level of the volume, right? He's right up against the microphone. He's almost like, eating it. He's so close. So when you're doing any type of effects like this, although he has had surgery, it is extreme vocals, keep the volume like right down when you are doing this. It's so important that effects are done at the minimum of volume. Okay, let's keep enjoying.
If my life's in books, written pages, living, learning from fools and from sages, you know it's true. All the
Again, I chose this because a lot, like 90% of singers come into the studio, they want to sing pop and rock, and they want to sing with some degree of grit in their voice and learn to sing with a little bit of scratch. And it is really important as well in pop and rock that you are able to bring that into the sound, but you always want to be able to take it out as well. Now, important to look at, Steven Tyler, you can hear when he sings a little bit louder, that kind of extreme scratch goes away. So when you put more effort into the sound, a lot of the time, and I won't say all the time, I'm just going to say often, the scratch will disappear because you are putting more energy into the sound. You're therefore going to have better closure of the vocal folds just purely because you're trying harder, okay? But that's not necessarily what we want to do all the time because that's very tiring on you as a singer. That's also very tiring on the voice as well. Steven Tyler's another really perfect example of the anomaly voices. So he does not have like a standard voice or normal voice, if you could call voices normal. He is an exception to the rule, not the rule itself, if you know what I'm meaning. I just don't want you to get disheartened that you can't create like that level of scratch without the need to cough or this feeling of scratching within your throat. If you have any pain or you feel the need to cough, or you just feel like when you swallow, you're feeling a little bit raw, please stop immediately. Make sure you do your cool downs. Always, revert back to your lax vox if you need to, or your semi-occluded vocal tract exercises, your I've got my NG warm up here and my lax vox warm up as well. And the cool down as well. So like warm up, cool down. But just be really careful of yourselves when you're doing these sorts of things. I'll go a little bit into the next bit about how you can kind of create a little bit of that scratch as well. Because I love Steven Tyler's voice. I love it, even though, I just love it. Really rude. I'm stopping that in the middle of a solo, but we're going to go back. Okay, I just had to address the difference that has occurred in Steven Tyler's voice now as opposed to back then. Okay, let's just take a quick look. Now, if you see there as well, it used to be relatively clear. Now, a lot of that can be to do with age. So I'm not saying that, Steven Tyler, you should sound like clear as a bell. Yeah, a lot of that has to do with age. So as we age, the collagen breaks down, not only in our skin, so we get wrinkles, but also in our vocal folds as well. So they become less pliable, less flexible. And that means that often it becomes, slightly more difficult to sing and to create those notes, which is why it's so important that we begin our singing journeys really like putting the technique and putting the warm-ups and the getting ready into place, because I tell you, I used to think that I didn't need to warm up, and I probably didn't need to warm up. But I sure as shit need to now in my 30s. Yeah, it is definitely not as easy as it used to be. And like, I am not in my 70s like Steven Tyler, okay? So put those put those things into practice now. Okay. Put them in. Yeah. Do your warm-ups, do your technical exercises, and then it sets you up for success, really, like moving on. But who am I anyway? Steven Tyler is a king and a rock god. So, okay. And that falsetto sound is, it's really, really useful. So if you're wanting to create it, you can pretend like you're blowing over the top of a bottle. Hoo, hoo. And, I know that doesn't sound like Steven Tyler right now. Yeah. You go, hoo, hoo, hoo. Vocal folds are open in falsetto. With the glottal onset to get that change. And see if you can do that switch as well. I always think about it like a donkey. I love to think and doing that switch, and then you're going to be able to strengthen your falsetto part of your voice as well. So, okay, I'm sorry. I pulled in the middle of the thing.
Sing with me, every jump out and tomorrow, good Lord, take you up. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me, jump out and maybe tomorrow, good Lord, take you Happy birthday, Howard. Happy birthday, Howard.
Okay, Steven Tyler is like, amazing. What is he up to with his voice? How do you create that little bit of scratch? Okay, that little bit of scratch, it can be created a number of different ways. Okay, there's no one way to skin a cat in this way, in this situation when we're talking about effects and things like that. But if you are looking for an effects trainer, check out the link in the description below. Alessandro is my metal teacher and effects teacher, and I'm absolutely loving working with him. But how you can create that like little bit of scratch, because, let's call Steven Tyler like 10 out of 10 for scratch. So let's say you're going for like a mid sort of level of constriction as well. So again, the true vocal folds are what create the sound, and the false vocal folds are the flaps of skin inside the larynx itself that can come over top of the true vocal folds when we swallow. So true vocal folds close, false vocal folds close, epiglottis comes down. I'm not sure what my hands are doing when we swallow. And so we can use those and we can use those false vocal folds to our advantage, because that's what disrupts the vibration of the vocal folds and what creates that little bit of scratch as well. So pretend like you're picking something up, or pretend like you're an old person getting out of your chair, and you'll feel that kind of closing within the throat. And I want you to then balance that out with just clicking the vocal folds together. So you're going to do the and you can try that as well without voice. So you can do you just won't be able to hear me if I'm doing that, even on my microphone. And then the now I don't want you to go at it like and do a 10 out of 10, because then the false vocal folds are going to completely cover the true vocal folds. So just think about like your effort level as being like a number 2 or a 3, low levels of effort, really low volume. And you're just trying to lightly create that bit of scratch. And then once you've kind of like got a feel on that, again, if it's scratch, catches or cough, if you scratch, catch or cough, stop, please, immediately. Drink some water, do your Lax Fox, come back to it. But you want to be able to feel that. It sounds so terrible. And then you move that kind of like old man sound onto a scale. Now, I'm honestly not going to be able to do it in one little like technique deep dive at the end of a video, but that's just how you can start creating that bit of scratch in your voice. But please be really, really careful. Again, Steven Tyler, he is the exception to the rule, not the rule itself. So be really wary when you're wanting to sing like your favorite singers. Take into account as well what their vocal health is like, what their journey is like. So if you're, wanting to sound like a smoker or someone who's maybe drunk a lot of alcohol in their past, then, you know, those things are going to impact the sound of the voice hugely. So it's really important to take those into consideration as well. Or there are also some singers who don't do that and they have incredibly scratchy voices, but they use a lot of vocal technique, like David Draymond, for example, from Disturbed. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting away from the lovely Steven Tyler. So thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. If you've enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button, because I bring out videos just like this one every single week. If you want to learn more about the beginning of your singing journey, the Fundamentals of Singing course, online course, is coming out on September 18th. I can't wait to see you all there. Looking forward to joining you on your singing journey. Links are all in the description below. Have an awesome rest of your day. Ka kite anō.